were actually Garveyites. They were fundamentally Garveyites who were inspired by the legacy of Papa Garvey. And the words of Papa Garvey that was put in the mouth of the lead character in a play that Papa Garvey wrote, which was performed at the Ward Theatre, called The Coronation, where Papa Garvey put the words in the lead character's mouth: "Look to Africa, where a king shall be crowned. Know then that your redemption has come." It is not historically accurate to say that Papa Garvey said, "Look to Africa for the crowning of a king. He shall be the Redeemer." He wrote a play where he put the words I just quoted in the mouth of the lead character. And that inspired the founding fathers of Rastafari. Also, when Papa Garvey said, if the white man has the ideal of a white God, let him worship his God as he desires. If the yellow man's God is of his race, let him worship his God as he sees fit. The God of Isaac, the God of Abraham, let him exist for the race who believe in the God of Isaac and the God of Abraham. We believe in the God of Ethiopia. Those days, Ethiopia, the entire African continent, was known as Ethiopia. So he meant we believe in the God of Africa, but he said Ethiopia. The everlasting God, God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit. That is the God in whom we believe, but we shall worship him through the spectacles of Ethiopia. That also inspired the founding fathers of Rastafari. So the notion that there was this split between the followers of Garvey and the followers of Emperor Haile Selassie is a false notion. Tendai Mwari. There are others, but I need to hear from them.
First of all, just greetings and thank you, giving thanks. This is the third or fourth time that I've seen this now, and when we see films like this, I know we've got the other marvelous films to come and follow. We get a sense of like we've had some idle food, had stuff that's gonna feed the soul, but as soon as we step out into the Ma'angamizi, into this toxic environment that we're in, we soon let's forget to actually do the works or continue the works, many of us. So my question, and I know time's short, but for each, if possible, because we all come from great walks of life, great talents and gifts, not just on the panel, but in the audience as well, we know this. What would you say is the first thing, as soon as we step out of the cinema, as soon as we head back home, that we can do to continue and keep this in our minds, to do the actual works? Because sometimes it's like we've come here, we jubilations, we clap, we're kind of forever in the moment, but then we go back to perpetuating white supremacy in our plantation roles that we divvy out. So I would say listen to Galaxy, you know, have that drop in there, especially on the Mondays when you're listening to Africa Speaks, the Al-Qaeda family. But that's just me. I'm interested to know from the panelists, what's the first thing that they could do, and can't say really philosophies and opinions, because we should know this already. But the first thing, give thanks.
For me, share and spread the knowledge. Same thing you would have done if you came and watched the biggest blockbuster movie and it did bad you up, and then you go out and you wanted to phone someone and tell them about it, and you're itching just to go have that same kind of energy to spread our thing, like how we'd spread the same systematic thing, like what you're talking about, we need to break down, is because we're just in habits of spreading those things and not as much in a habit as spreading these things. So you just got to spread them. Tell as much people as you can, make sure they all are at the next one, and keep it going and going and going. That's what I'm going to do as soon as I get out of it.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, me too. I'm definitely going to be spreading the knowledge about this particular film. I'm also going to encourage everybody here to get one of these tickets, because this is for the fundraiser for the Garvey Village. Yeah, this is the vision. I want you all to imagine we have a place that's bought by ourselves through our own money. We don't have to see to anyone else about it. So yes, this is one action that you can take today. So yeah, that's what I'm going to say for that.
Right, can I just add to that, Garvey Village? I've worked with Auntie Jean lots of times, amazing person. So like she said, check out Garvey Village. Auntie Jean's doing big things in the community.
10-9 Mari, and if my brother second that, I want to third it. Auntie Jean is a fantastic force in our community. I love her dearly. Another person in this room, there's plenty of people in this room I see that I love dearly. But we had the blessing of hearing from our brother, Brother Jegna. Just raise your hand again, Brother Jegna. You spoke not too long ago. Yes, one of the most important historians in our community. And he answered that question for us when he spoke, when he expressed the need for us to join organizations. And we don't have to join straight away. We can just connect ourselves with organizations and support organizations until we find out enough about the organization to inform our decision to join that organization. But we have a duty. You see, if we're here to learn about the legacy of Papa Garvey, do we just want to intellectually retain and massage our brains about what Papa Garvey said and what Papa Garvey did? Or do we want to revive that legacy? And if we want to revive the legacy, then we must heed the words of Papa Garvey himself, who said, unite, organize now, or perish. See, this is a choice we have, to either unite and organize, or perish. What a choice. So it emphasizes how vital it is that we are united and that we are organized. And guess what? When we are united and organized, history shows that we prosper. So, unite, organize now, or perish.
Yes. Fantastic. And like you said, what can you immediately do? What you immediately do when you leave this door? Spend black, if you don't mind. We have schools out there. We've got a caterer, Dinka Afro Eats. I met her somewhere. I said, I love your food, come down here. So that connection happened. So very, very simple. Each one, teach one. Let's do that. Out this door, spend black. Thank you.
Also, sorry, just you know, pass the system the mic, but I need, as Brother Leader Mbendaka just held up the brother at the back, which is beautiful. I need to hail up someone in here, because also in the audience there is someone that is the living embodiment of the philosophies, opinions, independent thinking, and system changing, who is an academic activist. You hear what I just said? Academic activist, because you know, too many of us, when we get into the academic world, it's almost like our head separates from the body, meaning that the body of the community separate ourselves from, and we just live in an academic world, but this brother doesn't. This brother is a professor, Professor William Les Henry. He has founded one of the most unique courses in the whole of the UK regarding black studies of the University of Westminster. What, does he owe you money? Hand him up, man. You don't pick him up, because that's what we don't do. When we have greats amongst ourselves here in the UKKK, we don't back them. We need to back them. I love our brothers and sisters from the States, because if it wasn't for them, perhaps, you know, we would have made it over as such. You know, they helped to raise us up. Our brothers and sisters in the Caribbean, our brothers and sisters from the continent of Africa, but we have giants right here, and we need to back them. So hail him up one more time. Sorry. That gave the mic high political broadcast.
Yes, greetings.
Are you ready to stand? Okay, stand. He's being shy. Go ahead, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Go ahead, sister.
Greetings, brothers and sisters, and greetings, friends in the audience. Yes, greetings, Brother Mbendaka. Don't worry. so much to say about the film, but there isn't time. So I'll try and focus on the key things that I can share with the audience here, that I learned from who is regarded as the global authority on Marcus Messiah Garvey, the UNIA and African Communities League, and that is Professor Tony Martin, which regrettably wasn't mentioned once in the film, so that's a major concern for me. It was through Professor Tony Martin I myself became a writer, and in my book that was published in 2013, I have a whole chapter on reparations. Marcus Messiah Garvey is central to our demand for reparations. Again, another debate for another day. My main points I'd really like to share with you is please do your own research and read Marcus Garvey's word. Not my interpretation, not anyone in here's interpretation, but what is in the philosophies and opinions, the very book that inspired President Kwame Nkrumah, that book there. Professor Tony Martin wrote 9 different books. The first book, interestingly enough, Race First, a year after Burning Spear, who should have been the first order of call in the film, released the tune, No One Remember Marcus Garvey. There's so much more to say. This man is phenomenal. If you want to know yourself, read Marcus Garvey. Thank you for listening.
Which one now?
Yeah, I'd just like to mention, nobody mentioned it, but if you talk about black economics, it's the head of the FBI, J. Edgar Hoover's attitude towards Garvey as opposed to the Italian mafia. Because as the film says, and I think it's very significant, he denied the existence of the mafia, the Italian mafia in America, because he was blackmailed apparently because he was homosexual. And he had to deny the existence. And now you see the economic success of the Italian mafia and the stranglehold on the economy of America. And but compared to the oppression that Marcus Garvey experienced, and it's always this destruction of black economics and the Black Wall Street as well. There's always this conspiracy to destroy our economic structures and foundations. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Zoe. Locking off the questions now. Can we just have closing statements from the panel? Kind of leading off from the brother that I think dropped a very poignant question. And also leading off from a point that you mentioned earlier, Brother Leader Mbandeka, regarding blueprint or black print. So how best can we fulfill the black print from our ancestral leaders, because we know we've had many ancestral leaders that have laid the black print for education, economics, whether it's politics, whether it's judicial law, government, self-governing. But yet, it seems like we're still waiting for that fulfillment, especially to have powerful institutions that have their own sense of autonomy, that can compete with other leading institutions of the world. So how do we best fulfill that black print?
Tendai Moari, we study and we emulate the works of Papa Garvey. We have never done it better before, during, or since. It's the best example that we have. And so logic should dictate that we should thoroughly study the works and the legacy of Marcus Messiah Garvey and strive to implement the legacy of Papa Garvey. That's what we have to do. Now, it sounds simple. The challenge is, how do we get that unity going? There's so much disunity among us. There's so much juvenile attitude among us in relation to each other. And that has a lot to do with the miseducation and socialization that we have been through as a people. But we've got to rise above it. And we have to conquer it. You are with me, brothers and sisters? But we have to understand how vital and how crucial that is. Our existence and the future existence of our children and our grandchildren depend on our ability to unite and to organize. And I'm glad, sister, beloved sister, Empress has, no, we don't say that, huh? Empress Judah reminded us of the role that Tony Martin has played in preserving the legacy of Papa Garvey. Because if we really want to understand Papa Garvey's legacy, we have to go to Tony Martin. We have to go to Race First. We have to go to Marcus Garvey Hero. We have to go to Message to the People and all the other wonderful works that he has done on the life and the legacy of Marcus Messiah Garvey. And then we have to look among us for the Garvey Creed, the genuine Garvey Creed, and join up, link up with that genuine Garvey Creed, and play our role in no uncertain terms to make sure that the efforts that Auntie Jean is making with building the Garvey village, we throw our weight behind that, beloved brothers and sisters. One point, a slight aside to the specific question that you asked, and it's in relation to Papa Garvey's association with the Ku Klux Klan. I need to just say something about that because that has been misrepresented so many times. Papa Garvey himself said that his meeting with the Ku Klux Klan was a meeting with the true government of the United States of America. He wasn't meeting with them to make no plans, and that wasn't it. The objective was to expose the hypocrisy of the American government. That's why he met with the Ku Klux Klan, and he said it in his own words. Tendai Mwari.
For me, I would second what you're saying about unity. So back in 2020, I released a song, and then after the song, a lot of people were saying, all right, so after the marching and protesting, what's next? So I wrote a song called One Voice, and it was for exactly what you're saying, for us to all join on one hymn sheet, because through my musical journey alone, like I see so much great works in the community. There's so many of us doing so much work, but it's fractured. And it's like a little piece over here, so a little piece there. Like I've even seen, because of some of the music I've done, that's put a couple of organizations in contact with each other who were just down the road. Like you lot were in the vicinity anyway. So I can see that there's a direct fracture. There's almost like an ego playing out where it comes to certain of our organizations. So I'd say it's the uni, and we need to get rid of this ego thing. And as much we can encourage to get rid of this ego, me and Crazy was talking about the other day, I think ego is putting a big block in between us, so unity is the order of the day.
Absolutely agree with that. And I just want to say it's about know thyself, play your role. If you're a historian, be that. You're journalists, your teachers, you've got to play your part and do it to 100%. And we all have the same vision and the same goal. And I want to end with, the handwriting is on the wall. And as we go back to our respective homes, we shall serve notice upon the world that we are also coming with a united effort, coming with a united determination, a determination that Africa shall be free from coast to coast.
Thank you. Keep the round of applause going. Keep them going. Please thank Mr. Stella, Brother Trubana, Brother Leader Emmett Decker. Please give a round of applause to the New Black Film Collective.